Hello, welcome to day 10. So today we are focusing on your butt, glutes. If you are looking to lose weight, this is a series that you want to do more because your butt and your thighs and your hamstrings are much bigger muscle group than other parts of your body. So if you are looking at losing weight, you want to focus on the larger muscles, okay? Square squat, Asian squat, plie squat, tiptoe heel lift, side pointy leg. We're gonna get started with the first exercise. So for the first exercise, we call it the chair squat. So essentially, you are going to sit all the way back until your butt is aligned with your knees. Okay, legs would be hip width apart, so I'm gonna do it this way. Legs will be hip width apart. If you feel that you are not very stable when your butt goes low, you can turn the toes a little bit wider, feet a little bit wider, so wider base gives you more stability, okay? So arms will come to shoulder height as you sit all the way back. What you don't want to happen is to bring your knees in front of your toes. So the range where your knees would be is between your big toe and your ankle. So this is okay. So slightly in front but still within your big toe. This is not okay. Okay? Think about, the name is chair squat. So think about sitting on a chair. So when you sit on the chair, you don't poke your knees forward. Your butt will miss the chair, right? So you want to sit on the chair. So think about reaching your butt back and body hinge forward. Gonna go for 1 minute. Ready? And we go. Sit. And lift. When you lift, don't be in a hurry to go down again. Squeeze your butt and come up tall before you sit all the way down. Bring it, lift. All the way down and stand up tall. Now if your knees can't take it, like I said, you can open the legs wider or you could possibly do half and then stand up tall, okay? As much as your knees are happy, okay? And stand up tall. Sit all the way back, bring it back. Nice if you could do it with a mirror, so you're standing sideways, and check the mirror that your butt or your hip joint is aligned with your knees as you are doing this exercise. The standing up is also as important as you go low. So you don't have to go all the way though, halfway and go again. Okay, that doesn't work your butt very much. So think about full stand up, hold, and then sit all the way back. We're gonna go for last 2 and lift. Last one, down and up, and we're done. Right, now let's go to exercise 2. For exercise 2, it's a nice release on your back. Okay, so you're gonna go into hands on the mat, knees are squat. Inhale to stand up as tall as you can, and then you're gonna sit all the way back. Okay, stand up all the way, sitting down. Now, if you can't stand up tall, like your knees would be like that, then it's fine. Okay, so the alternative is you can hold on to parts of your shin where your legs can come tall. Okay, you're gonna sit and then stand up tall. Alright? So if your hands can be on the mat, go ahead. And sit all the way down. So this is what we call Asian squat, like you know the Asian toilet squat, okay? And your hands will be in front of your feet, legs are hip width apart. You go stand up tall, sit all the way down. Stand up tall. Eyes should be looking between your hands or slightly further away, right? As you stand up tall. Now, if this is not happy for your knees or your hamstring, here, yeah, or worst case here. Okay. Some of you may not be able to come into Asian squat. Maybe non-Asian can't come into Asian squat. Okay. So then you're gonna. So some of you, when you go low, you tend to high heel and wanna fall forward. Yeah. Then my modification for you will be to be as low as you can, maintaining your balance. Bring your heels down when you straighten the legs, so your here is fine. So if you come here and you find that your heels coming up, then stand up tall, drive your heels into the floor. Always make sure your heels are on the ground. And we're done. Third exercise. Now for the third exercise is a plie squat. So plie basically toes turn out. Just a quick one to understand how should your turnout be. Keep your heels together And just want to make sure when you bend your knees are pointing to your second and third toe. Okay? This is quite okay for me. So if I were to be more adventurous and turn the toes out more, so almost like a vertical line. If I bend my knees, can you see that my knee doesn't change? The angle of my knee doesn't change. It is still pointing to the same spot where I was. Okay, so that the straight line that you trace down from your hip to your knee to the floor is the spot where the center and second and third toe meets the center line. Okay, so it depends on how flexible your hips are. When small bend on the knee, and if your knee cap point at your second and third toe, then that is the angle where your heel should meet. Alright, so when you've got that angle, then what you do is you take a big step on either side. The exercise, I better restart, I forgot to talk about the exercise. So the exercise is go into a plie, arms up, and return. What you want to achieve is when you go bend your knees are turned out, knee, groin, knee, one straight line, ankle, knee, one straight line. Okay? So arms goes up when you go down. Alright, let's start from here. And we go down and lift. Again, you don't have to go fast. Hold and lift, squeeze the back, sit and back. Knees not happy, pain halfway. Okay, ideally you should go into a nice straight line, but if that is not possible, then half and lift. Go all the way if you can, lift. For those with stiff shoulder, this is okay. So if you go out and you become like that, then it's a no. Okay, so the overall posture is more important than trying to do what I'm doing. Okay, maybe you are more flexible, maybe you are less. So just do what your body is happy with. If not, you're just doing compromisation and you don't get what I want you to get out of this exercise. Last 10 seconds. And lift. And last, this is the third exercise, so we're going for the last 2 or 3 later. 2, and 1 more. And rest. Okay. Now the next exercise, you'll be lying on your back, lower back kissing. Bring your feet to a high heel, but legs are apart. So the distance between your knees is the distance between your ankles, okay? So you're going to come high heel, arms up. Now what you want to do is to think about lifting your butt off the ground into a long straight line, and then bring it back. Okay, so no articulation of the spine. Okay, ready? And we go. Lift, drop. So you feel that you're someone poking your butt cheek and you're lifting your butt up and then driving it down, cutting at your hips, okay? Lift, lower, lift, lower. For your feet, you are balancing across 10 toes. So just make sure the weight is spread across 10 toes. So don't put all the weight on the little toe or all the weight on your big toe, okay? And we go. Up, lower, up, lower. Now if you find it's hard to sustain the high heel, let's say you have sudden ankle injury, it's fine to keep your feet low, but this one doesn't work your butt as much as you were to go higher. We got about 15 more seconds to go. Up, down. So your spine is kept in a nice straight line. There is no movement of the spine. You are just lifting your butt up and then dropping back down. Last 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Rest. Now the next exercise, you will be back on your all fours again. I'm gonna show you by the side, and then we'll see which angle helps you to see better. So you're gonna start in an all fours position, wrist under shoulder, knee under hip. Okay, you're gonna bring one leg out, and from here you're gonna think about lifting and lower. Depending on how flexible your hip flexors are, if your toe can be in the same line as your other knee, that will be perfect. But if you feel pinching on the hips, you can bring this toe slightly back. Okay? Here versus here. So find an angle where you think you can sustain to do the full 1 minute. I'm going to show you from this view. Okay? So you're going to lengthen this leg out. So if it's aligned, same line, or slightly back, just not all the way back. Okay, so turn out as much as you can. 2 hands, hand should be in front of the other knee. You're just gonna lift, lower, lift, lower. Lift as high as you don't feel the pinch. it should be highest is aligned with your butt. Okay, but few cm off the ground is good enough. Alright, let's start. And we go up, down. As you are doing this, just be mindful you are not sinking on one hip. So, like I always say in my class, when the exercise gets very easy, it means you are doing wrong. Okay, so 1 cm is enough, and you don't have to lift very high. So no sinking of the hip. Okay, anytime you find that your hip flexors are pinching, you can rest and then start again. Alright, we've got half a minute more to go. Lift. Again, the leg that is long or on the outside should be straight and engaged, quad tight, so you're not slacking and lifting with knees bent, okay? And we've got last 15 seconds more to go. And last 10, 9, 8, 7. Both arms are long and straight, so no bending of the elbows. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Rest. Now we're gonna go on to the other side. So on all fours, stabilize. Make sure you're not sinking. Lift chest, curl tailbone. Lengthen those legs, and we lift up and lower. Again, if you feel pinching at the hip flexor, which is the muscle here, you can tilt your leg back and forth to make sure you are not pinching your hip flexors. Okay, so you're gonna lift 2 cm and then drop it down. Make sure you're not sinking on one side. Okay, abs are working. Curl the tailbone in, tighten the abs as you are doing the lift. We're gonna go for last 30 seconds. Lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower. Toes are pointed, legs long and straight, so you're not bending or slacking your legs. Last 20 seconds. Lift, lower, lift, lower. Just make sure your knees and your hands are stable. So if you want to, you can curl your back supporting leg, curl the toes of the supporting leg. Last 10 seconds. Make sure your hands are always long and straight and you're not sinking in from the chest. Last 3, 2, last one, and we're done for the day.